Now, let me tell y'all something right now. We've been talking about these Green Bay Packers like they some young pups, like they still got Similac on their breath. But now they growing up. Fast. Real fast. This ain't recess no more. This that grown man football. And what I'm seeing, what Stacey Dales and Marc Ross pointing out, is that this young Packers roster, it's not just maturing, it's molding into something special. I'm talking chemistry, cohesion, and competition. I'm talking about players who ain't just hoping to be in the league. They here to make noise in the NFC. So buckle up. We bout to break this down like film on a Monday. Let's start with the man behind center, Jordan Love. Oh yeah, you always count him out after he spent years in the shadow of Aaron Rodgers. He ain't ready. They said he ain't the guy. Well, guess what? He showed poise, patience, and purpose in 2024. And now, he got full command of that offense. Love's connection with his receivers, locked in. That back shoulder fade to Christian Watson, that ain't luck, that's work. His decision-making, light years better. That locker room, they rockin' with him. You don't fake that kind of chemistry. Either it's there or it ain't. And with Love, it's there. He's leading more, talking more, correcting mistakes on the field like a vet, Stacey Dales said. He's not just a placeholder. He's a foundational piece, Marc Ross added. You heard that. Foundational. That boy Dunn went from apprentice to architect. Now let's talk wideouts. Folks don't realize how deep that receiver room really is. You've got Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Jaden Reed, and all of you even got that dogging aim. And guess what? They ain't just waiting for the ball. They blocking downfield. They studying film. They taking notes from each other. This room is young, yes, but immature. Nah, not even close. These guys are feeding off each other's energy, said Ross. Was, you don't usually see this level of focus from guys in their second year. That's because they believe in the system. And more importantly, they believe in each other. Look, Matt LaFleur don't need to be loud to be powerful. This man done taking a team full of 23, 24-year-olds and built a top 10 offense with precision. He simplified the scheme just enough for the youngsters to get it, but complex enough to keep defenses guessing. LaFleur's not just teaching plays, he's teaching philosophy, teaching identity. And that's what you need if you're going to build a dynasty. There's a trust and a rhythm in that building, Stacey Dales said. It starts with LaFleur setting the tone. And believe me, when your head coach believes in you, you play like your life depends on it. Don't sleep on that defense. Jair Alexander, still a top-tier lockdown. Quee Walker, flying around like a heat-seeking missile. Lucas Van Ness, that boy lifting linemen like gym weights. You can feel that hunger. And more importantly, you can feel that chemistry. These dudes like each other. They push each other. Ain't no jealousy. Ain't no politics. Just straight up grinding for greatness. It's rare to have this many alpha personalities without ego, Marc Ross noted. They're not trying to outshine each other. They're trying to outshine the opponent. Woo! Say that again. Now give some flowers to Brian Gutekunst and that Packers front office. It would have been easy to panic when Rodgers left. Trade for a vet QB, overpay for a big-name RR, try to patch the holes with duct tape. But no, they stuck to the plan. Draft, develop, and believe. They saw something in Jordan Love when no one else did. They trusted the growth process. And now, the seeds are bloom. You want to talk roster construction? Green Bay's sitting pretty with one of the youngest teams in. You don't need no superstar free agent to lead this locker room. They got dogs like Kenny Clark, Devondre Campbell, and Aaron Jones. Veterans who earned that respect. And then they passing the torch the right way. You ever hear a second-year player tell a rookie to stay after practice? That's culture. You ever see a RAR coaching up a DB during a 7-on-7? That's chemistry. That's trust. That's family. Detroit might have swag. Minnesota might have flashes. Chicago might be rebuilding. But Green Bay, they ain't worried about talk. They bring in production. And if this chemistry keeps clicking the way it is now, woo, you better be careful. 'Cause this team ain't just playing to make noise. They planning to own that division for years to come. Listen here. You don't just wake up with chemistry. You don't stumble into a brotherhood. You build it day after day, rep after rep. That's what we've seen in Green Bay. This team is a testament to what happens when youth meets leadership, when talent meets accountability, and when a front office says, we believe in our guys, and we're going to let them grow. And now, they blooming right in front of our eyes. Let me go ahead and shine some light on a few names you'll better get familiar with. Jaden Reed, Luke Musgrave, and Zach Tom. These boys ain't household names yet, but trust Dunk on this one. They comin'. Jaden Reed. That young man got that quick twitch, that sideline swag, and a nose for the chains. He don't run routes. He carves M. He like a sculptor out there. Sharp footwork, crisp separation, and that fearless yak ability. Ain't scared to go across the middle either. That's grown man stuff. Luke Musgrave. He's stretching the seam and making safeties nervous already in year 2. And Zach Tom, Lord have mercy, this man is a technician on that O-line. Played tackle, played guard, even snapped a few times. That's versatility. That's intelligent. That's coachability. That's a future Pro Bowl name right there. Marc Ross said it best. It's not just the skill positions. This entire team, top to bottom, is developing in sync. That's rare. That ain't rare, Mark. That's special. Let me paint a picture. You ever seen 22-year-olds shoveling snow off the practice field just to get their reps in? That's the mentality these Packers got. They're forged in them frozen tundra mornings. They ain't getting pampered. They ain't in no dome. They're out there earning it. That environment, it weeds out the weak. Only the strong grow in Lambeau. And the ones left, the ones still grinding, they ain't just teammates. They brothers. There's a unique chemistry in that building, said Stacey Dales. They're young, but there's no immaturity. You hear that? That ain't a contradiction, that's a culture. Now don't forget, these young Packers had a front row seat to greatness. Rodgers, Davante Adams, Bakhtiari, those were alpha dogs. And instead of hating, these young bucks took notes. Romeo Doubs studied Davante's releases like he was trying to take a final exam. Jordan Love sat behind Rodgers like a sponge, taking every drop of wisdom. And that's what separates the good from the great. When you humble enough to learn, but hungry enough to want your own name in light. Let me tell you something about a football locker room. You can't fake leadership. If you talking and ain't performing, they tune you out. But in Green Bay, that leadership, it's earned. Aaron Jones ain't the loudest, but when he speaks, they listen. Why? Because he run hard, he play hurt, and he bleeds green and gold. Kenny Clark, quiet assassin. One of the best interior linemen in the game. No flash, just facts. And now Jordan Love. He commanding that huddle with his chest out. And now, Jordan Love. He commanding that huddle with his chest. That ain't arrogance. That's confidence that come from doing the work. Marc Ross dropped a gem. The leaders here don't talk about culture. They live it. Ooh, bars. You can buy talent, but you can't buy chemistry. That's what folks don't understand. Look at all these super teams falling apart. Too many egos. Not enough we. In Green Bay, it ain't about who gets the most targets. It's about who gets the W. And when you got talent like Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, Jared Alexander, and they're all moving in sync, that ain't just dangerous. That's lethal. Now look around the NFC. Philly lost both coordinators last year. Still elite, but beatable. San Fran, dangerous, but y'all saw what a quarterback injury did to MM. Detroit, hot, but that defense still need polish. Dallas, talented, but inconsistent. Now Green Bay, they ain't got no weaknesses that can't be coached. They got depth, youth, momentum, and a QB who ain't scared of the moment. And most importantly, they got chemistry. Don't let the age fool you. These boys got grown man intentions. Ask anybody in Wisconsin. The vibe around the Packers is electric right now. It ain't just hope, it's belief. These fans ain't just waiting for the playoffs. They expecting him. They see the growth. They see the hunger. They feel the bond between these players. And when Lambeau faithful gets behind a squad like this, good luck trying to come in there and walk out with a win. That frozen tundra gon' feel like a tsunami. So yeah, keep talking about the age, keep talking about experience, but I'ma tell y'all right now, this team, this Packers team, they ready, they grown, and come playoff time, you might see these young bulls turn into full-blown monsters. Let the league be warned.